Oh, finally. Oh my gosh, I'm finally live. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I tried to go on my phone. I tried to go on Safari. You can't go on either of those. I'm like, what's happening? So that happened. And then I had to go in Chrome. And then I had to fill in a bunch of things that like really just take up a lot of time. So I'm really sorry if you were here right at 4. Hello. Come say hi. I want to say hello to everyone. I saw someone pop in here. This is really nerve wracking. It's my first ever live, so be. Oh, hi! Yes, Jay, hello! Yes, hello. I am sorry I'm a few minutes late. There was some technical difficulties in trying to get this up and going, but finally it has worked. So, voila, I am here. I know that probably Fridays are not the best day for everyone, but maybe it is a good day because it's the end of the week and no one's really working at 4. I mean, I don't really work an office job anymore. I don't work a standard office job anymore, so, like, my my timing is just, like, a little bit, like, not normal, so but it's so nice to have you here. I don't know who's gonna show up, but you know what? I saw 2 people pop in, so I am, like, over the moon and also really happy about that, but feel free to ask me anything. I will give you a tour of my noodles, my noodle everything. I have a couple different cabinets here that's kind of filled with noodles. You can kind of see what I'm eating, what I will be eating over the next couple, maybe some sneak peeks in terms of what noodles I have reviewed for the next 2 weeks and what I'm looking forward to. And I just want to kind of take this session as a time to like get to know me because there's a lot of people that I don't know on my YouTube. There's a lot of people that might know me in real life as well. I mean, I hope they do. And yeah, this is just like a kind of like cool getting to know live session. I have done a lot of lives before, mainly on my Instagram, and I used to do a lot of different cooking shows on there. So I used to do like noodle recipes, anything. I used to have a segment called like See It in the Kitchen way before See It Slurps was even a thing. But yeah, going live is like not like an issue for me. It's nothing new to me, but YouTube is like a bigger pond, obviously. So yeah, so it is just really exciting to just hop on here and say hello to whoever wants to come and say hi. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best. If you have any questions, type them in the chat box. Type in the chat box if you have questions. I just want to know like how everyone is doing today. Everyone, I guess Jay's is a little private session right now. But yeah, feel free to go off. I'm just gonna see how long I will hang on to go live for. I would love to stay on for the full hour if possible. I've seen other people popping in here. Hello, I'm Sia from Sia Slurps. Hello. Hi. My house is a little messy. I'm looking a little tired because I've been up since 5:20 in the morning today. It's been a long day and I still have a long ways to go. But I am just really stoked to be here. And yeah, I don't know if you want to get a little tour of the place, get a little tour of the noodles. I don't even know if there's like a YouTube replay. I don't know if it works in the same way as Instagram. Because usually when you finish your live, you're able to repost it onto your feed. And yeah, like I'm not sure if it's like the same thing. I know like back in Instagram's early iterations, there used to be an option you could kind of like see it live for 24 hours. So yeah, best to ask later. With hot sauce? Oh my god, yes, it's such a great question. What hot sauce is my preferred hot sauce for noodles? Good question because I'm a hot sauce fiend. As you know, there's a lot of spicy noodles on my channel, and I'm very particular in terms of what hot sauces go with which foods because say for pizza, I'm a chili flake kind of girl. For noodles, there's a couple different ones, but let me kind of show you the hot sauce tour because I know this is a noodle channel, but hot sauce and noodles go hand in hand. So first of all, we have current open hot sauce bottles in this little area in the fridge. And sorry, it's like fridge is kind of like messy right now, but there's a salad going on there at the moment. I love this hot sauce, which I like to add in chilies and chilies, stews, even some curries and stuff. It's a Carolina Reaper and it's really freaking spicy. It does not mess around. This one's really good for any kind of smoky, really smoky kind of noodles or smoky like tacos or anything really Mexican. I think it works out great. If I'm going to answer your question in particular, I would definitely go with, oh wait, I do have more here too, actually. There's three. As much as I love noodles, I also love hot sauce a lot too. So for noodles, depending on which ones, I love S&B. It's a really, really popular Japanese brand. This is a hot mustard, Japanese hot mustard that I love with any kind of soba noodles, especially if you have zaru soba, which is like a cold noodle. I've made the recipe a couple times, and there is an instant noodle version of instant soba as well. This adds a really nice hot heat to it. More heat than mustard flavor, but it is really, really good. This also goes especially good with oden, Japanese or Korean style oden, which is fish cakes. You also get some daikon radish. It's really, really, it's like a nice street food slash like thing that you eat in the wintertime or when you're sick. So that's really good. Obviously, on a similar line, I also like to add some wasabi, which goes with soba noodles as well. Very particular. This one here is from the Paldo brand. So yes, same noodle brands as the ones that I review. This one here is really, really good for bibimbap. So if you ever have bibimbap, which is a cold Korean noodle that you eat in the summertime, it's usually made with a chewy somen noodle topped with a really hot pepper paste sauce with a bit of sweetness in that one too, with sesame seeds, a little bit of cool cucumber, and a hard-boiled egg. This one is your go-to, but this one has a lot of fire to it. So I actually like to mix this in with my bibimbap sauce, which is really, really, really tasty. What else do I have in here? If you're going along hot sauces too, this is more of like an African, I don't want to say all African, but really used in a lot of maybe African kind of like Moroccan-y type stews and sauces and stuff, which is called Harissa. And Harissa is really good. It's got a nice heat to it. My fridge is beeping at me and telling me I'm keeping the fridge open for too long. But if I go in here, and I'm gonna need my stepladder because I'm a little shorty and I can't reach everything, but that's okay. Oh yeah. And if you ever need me to go back into the fridge if you need a better look at some of these, or if you need me to write these out for you, feel free to write on the community board or write in here, and I'll do my best once I put my laptop back down to type in all the brands and what they're all called to. But hella get the Japanese mustard, super good. That's definitely a go-to. And there's more in here, but out of the ones I showed you, yeah, those ones are really, really good. And harissa too, if you eat like a lot of different African-based curries. So going to continue on with your hot sauce question in regards to noodles, I have more in here. I don't know if you can see. I'm literally carrying my MacBook around here, but I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to get close. So bear with me. So classic Samyang buldak sauce, just like the noodles that I love to rate. We have these ones. This is a regular hot chicken ramen sauce. It's the same kind of noodle sauce you'll get in with a packet of noodles. You get that signature fire heat that's going to burn your butthole. I got a thumbs up for that. It's going to burn your butthole. And you get a hint of sweetness in it too. It's pretty high in calories, at least when you mix it with the noodles and stuff. So just be aware of that. There's a ton of sodium in all of that. So of course, I mean, it's an instant noodle channel. You'll know there's a ton of MSG and a ton of sodium. Eat, obviously, sparingly. What else do we have in here? I'm a huge fan of the carbo noodles. So I also have the pink one here as well, but I think they all expire pretty quickly within like a year. So once you open these, you gotta eat them right away, or at least just have one open at a time. But they do have a quick expiry on these guys. So just keep that in mind. I love adding these into even my Western dishes, not just specifically with Asian noodles, but like adding them into like a bolognese sauce, a really classic ragu sauce, anything tomato based. This tastes like so good, and you get that nice fiery heat with it as well. Of course, I have like way more hot sauces in here as well, like Cholula, Tabasco, which is more like American and also Mexican style. That if you ever peeped my birria ramen recipe, those also go really well with it. I love the heat. I like to keep coming. And my hot sauce drawers are never ending. Never ending. So I'm going to quickly step down from this before I fall down on the floor, and because that would not be good. But yeah, that's just a little sneak peek. Let me just quickly write that down for you. I'm going to type it up. But if you have more questions, if you need more, please let me know. I'm surprised. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you this new one that I acquired. Hang on, one more. We're gonna go back into the fridge because it's just too damn tasty, and I'm gonna be eating this tonight with the pizza that I'm making. But if you haven't tried this one yet, it's a little bit luxurious. But truff hot sauce, and no, this is not sponsored. Hello, by the way, whoever is watching that is not saying hi, but feel free to pop in the comments and say hello. I'm Steph, aka Sia of Sia Slurps. But truff hot sauce is awesome. Oh no, I also have sriracha. How did I forget sriracha? Such a classic. Truff is really good. I actually like this with the samyang noodles too. Any kind of noodle that isn't as spicy. This is so good, and it makes me feel so luxurious because you get a bit of black winter truffles in this hot sauce, and it's so tasty. I could literally eat this with a spoon. Okay, so it's not that hot, but it does pack some of the heat, which I was really surprised about. It had more heat in it than I thought, and it is really yum. Definitely more on the expensive side, but if you feel like I feel like splurging, definitely this one. Highly recommend it. It's super yummy. If you're a truffle fiend like I am, you would enjoy this even with like a bag of chips. This is really good, as well as hot wings. If you feel like luxurious, add a bit of this truffle sauce to your hot wings. Super yum. But since you mentioned it, the hot sauce that started it all for me is also the sriracha, original sriracha. Oh yeah, I love truffle oil. Like I love and hate truffle oil because it's just like essence of truffle. But I mean, a little drizzle here and there is awesome because it just makes you feel so luxurious and so yummy. And you can kind of put that on everything, right? A little drizzle on your pasta, maybe a little bit like on your fish. It's super good. But sriracha, I used to put this on everything all the time. Back when I didn't really like a lot of hot sauces. I'm not really a big fan of Tabasco or any kind of like very high acidic hot sauces. I really like the heat. And this goes well with, obviously, I love it with pho. I love it with any kind of dry mixed noodles, drizzle on top, anything with eggs. I love eggs and hot sauce. This is super tasty, super good, super yum. Oh, I forgot to mention this one too. There's so many. This is the pineapple habanero sauce, which is, yes, it's a little bit sweet, but you got the heat from the habanero coming through, which is also really nice. It's a nice small batch hot sauce here and very tasty. I think this is from the States, from the USA, but I believe you can order online. But yeah, those are just some of my favorites. Oh, I didn't even do the Asian hot sauces. Okay, hang on. This is more. You've like opened up a rabbit hole now, and now you can't go back. So, whoa, you have flying hot sauces all over the place. This is really like doesn't look like anything, but I do make a homemade Szechuan chili oil, which obviously need to remake some more because we're really running low. But if you can see, I mean, when the bottle is fuller, you will see that there's going to be like a nice sediment, almost like if you're in the ocean floor, the sediment of like sand. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for asking such amazing questions. But you get this sediment from these dried red chili flakes that you toast along with bay leaf. You get some chopped You get some shallots in that, whole garlic cloves, bay leaf. We have Szechuan chili peppers, which I'll show you after when we go into my cupboard tour. And you kind of cook this oil for a bit. And the homemade stuff, honestly, is the best. It's so easy. Once you get all the ingredients, you can kind of just make batches and batches. They actually make a really great gift, which I've done before. Highly recommend if you ever want the recipe for this. Super, super easy to make. All you got to do is source the ingredients, which you could find at most Asian grocery stores, specifically Chinese grocery stores. But this is awesome stuff. A couple more things that you asked. Nothing that's super spicy. But yeah, sorry, the chili oil goes well with anything, any instant noodles, any noodles really. Dumplings, I love it with dumplings or different types of gyozas or mandu. What else do I like it with? Dipping with bread. It's a game changer. Scallion pancakes. Like I can go on and on. It's super tasty. Drizzling on rice with like chashu on top. I'm telling you, anything. Ramen. The list can go on and on. This is a homemade XO sauce, but you can get XO sauce from any Asian grocery store too. So, Jay, I think you mentioned here you are also in the West Coast as well. So you can get XO sauce and TNT. It's another thing, just like the truffle hot sauce, it's going to be a bit more luxurious in terms of it's expensive. And the reason why it's expensive is because of the ingredients that go into it. So you're going to get dried scallops, you're going to get dried shrimp, you're going to get there's this really famous Chinese ham that I can't remember the name of at the top of my list. Tons of different shallots, chilies. That's why it makes it spicy. And I mean the store bought ones I find are not as spicy, but I do have a friend that makes XO sauce pretty often. But this is like my last little batch of this stuff, and I'm seriously sad when this goes away. I am very, very, very sad. But this goes really well, obviously, in a lot of different Asian dishes. I love adding a spoonful of XO sauce to my fried rice, my yaki udon, fried noodles, stuff like that. It is a game changer. It's packed full with umami. You get all this wonderful, like fermented, like yummy, tasty things in there. It's so good. Yeah. Perfect. TNT and H Mart, you can get a lot of the stuff there. I will type a little list of like my go-tos of what I really, really recommend in terms of like spice level. Couple other things here. Since you are familiar, gochujang, you could go down the gochujang aisle in H Mart. There's so many different kinds. I usually get this kind here, which is enough for me as a person that cooks Korean food like maybe like once a month or every couple months. I love Korean food. It's so good. Yeah, I will type this all up for you. Not a problemo. But gochujang is awesome. And I'm a big fan of trying to use ingredients, that are maybe this is like, used in a lot of Korean food, but I love using ingredients and melding it with other different cultures and using them in different applications. I really hate when you buy this thing and I need a tablespoon of this. And then you have the whole tub left over, right? So I'm really not a fan of that. I really love trying to sneak in other things. So one of my most popular Fresh and with Fridays recipes on my CSLurps account is my Gochujang Spaghetti. It's super, super good. You can kind of add this in to your ragu sauce, into your bolognese sauce, into any kind of tomato-based sauce. Hello, random viewer that is not saying hello, but whoever's in there, come say hi and post in the comments. But yeah, gochujang is awesome. It is not that spicy. It actually has a bit of sweetness, and it's not a huge thickener. So just keep that in mind. It's not a substitute for tomato paste. It will not thicken things up for you, but it will melt nicely within your soups, your stews. I also make a really, really good gochujang chili. Super tasty stuff. Yum. You get a little bit of heat through that. It's super, super, super yummy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. And that's totally normal. So don't worry about that. Couple more things. I feel like I had another thing I wanted to show you in here. In terms of spice. Obviously, yeah, this one right in front. Homemade kimchi. I can't take any credit for this particular batch. My friend Charlie, if you're watching this later, my friend Charlie's mom made this for me. I love throwing kimchi in everything, whether I'm eating it by itself or I'm throwing it into a Reuben, a grilled cheese, a quesadilla, a yaki udon if you want to do something a bit more like Asian, keeping within that lane. Kimchi is just so versatile. You get that tang, you get that sourness, you get the spice, depending on like how spicy it usually is. And we all know that the spice level comes from the gochujang, right? Gochujang is a Korean dried red chili flake, which is super spicy or can be super spicy. So yeah, like this is super good. I love making like a kimchi yaki udon, which is on my Sea Slurps Fresh from the Fridays playlist. That one's super popular. Kimchi bacon fried rice, or just regular kimchi fried rice, vegetarian version, is also good. Kimchi spam fried rice, like spam and like some salty meat will always go together. Kimchi and American cheese also goes really well together too. So if you're ever making like kimchi jjigae, or if you want to do like a kimchi noodle soup, put a slice of American cheddar on top, put the broil on, let it melt, add the egg in there, slurp it up. It's so good. Or this is good too. Get a scoop of kimchi, stir fry it dry on the stove, add and start building in your like shin ramen or nigiri, your regular spicy Korean beef noodle soup. Add an egg, add your cheese, add scallion, done. Super, super good. Super tasty stuff. But yeah, that's just I hope that answered your questions in terms of like I kind of went on a tangent. And like I can still kind of go on a tangent in terms of spices. But that's kind of what I do for hot sauces, with noodles, with different applications. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I can't wait to eat that one. It's pretty fresh, so I gotta wait like quite a bit longer for it to ferment. I love like the older the kimchi, like the more sour it is. It's super good. But there's nothing wrong with eating kimchi a little bit more fresh. It just depends. That'll be like more crunchy, less sour, less fermented. So it just depends on where you want to go. I have made like radish kimchi before, and I've made some bok choy kimchi too. More just like the young, quick stuff, not like the full on fermented stuff. But it's like a bit of a process in terms of like you have to wait so long to get it done. So, but it's all yum. It's all super good. Oh, what vegetables are must adds? Are you asking, Jay, in terms of what vegetables are best to be eaten with instant noodles, or best to be eaten with other noodle dishes, or specific like rice noodles versus ramen noodles or wheat noodles? Sorry, I have to ask because there's just so many different things and so many different specificities that in terms of like vegetables that I put in with different noodle dishes and with different brands of noodles. So let me know. Feel free to ask around, and I'm gonna just quickly write down my favorite like hot sauces in terms of. Oh yeah, mostly instant noodles. Yeah, for sure. Let me quickly write down what I like for those, just to kind of recap. XO sauce, I love if you get hands on it. Truff hot sauce. Gochujang is a must. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, one more. Oh my god, I have too many. This is a must in any fridge. This chili bean sauce, aka dobanjang. Dobanjang. It's salty, it's spicy, it's delicious. This is great if you love hot pot and you want to make your own hot pot base. This is great if you want to do any kind of soup base. This is awesome stuff. Great for dipping your freshly grilled meats. Even eating it as a side dish, like even mixing with rice, it's like super good. Those are really, really yummy. Really, really yummy. Szechuan Chili Oil. Those are a lot of my favorite things to eat with noodles specifically. Okay, so going back to your question. So you're asking about vegetables go best with instant noodles. Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So I would say the classic, if you want to go minimal, minimal, because maybe want to be cheap too. You want to add a little bit of color. I would go with scallions. Scallions is such a classic instant noodle. You're already gonna get that in your dehydrated flake packet, but fresh scallions, you got that bite, especially with the white part, is so good. I don't discriminate. I love both the green and white part. Scallions are really good. I love for soup noodles. For Korean soup noodles, yeah, definitely scallions for sure. I love adding in some tomatoes. If you end up stir frying the tomatoes until it gets really, really soft and it bursts. Hello, people that are joining. Hello. I'm Sia from Sia Slurps. I do a noodle channel here. I rate instant noodles. Please type in the comments. I'd love to say hello and introduce yourself. But right now I'm answering a question in terms of like what are the best vegetables to go into instant noodles. So I mentioned scallions. That could pretty much go with anything for sure. I was mentioning I love tomatoes, especially in a noodle soup, especially a spicy noodle soup. But it can really go with anything. You'll get that sourness. Tomatoes are a natural source of umami. Yes, it is seriously a game changer. And especially when you get those beautiful tomatoes in the summertime, BC tomatoes in the summer, it's like, yum, it's so good. Just so fruity and like full of flavor. Super yummy. I mean, if of course, right now it's wintertime, whole canned tomatoes are great too, bursting with flavor. But yeah, I love like the spicy beef noodle with tomatoes, or if you can't have spicy, which is totally fine, you can mix it with any kind of chicken-based ramen, beef ramen, pork ramen, any one of those like really, really foundational flavors. A tomato will kind of transform the flavor, and it just gives you that tanginess, and it's super, super good. In terms of like dry noodles, which is like all the rage right now and super good, I think it just depends on what kind of dry noodle, but I'm just going to speak generally. So if we're talking about like Japanese yakisoba instant noodles, like Ichiban Chowmen yakisoba noodles, cabbage is really good. Onions, and like any kind of alliums, like shallots are my personal favorite because there's so much flavor in shallots. Sliced garlic, also good too. Yeah, sliced green cabbage or sliced Napa cabbage, different kind of cabbage varieties, I think work really well with like a stir fried noodle dish. Can also go with a noodle soup though too. Just like if you ever go to like those DIY noodle bars, like Deer Garden, Select. Hello, people that are joining and are not saying hi. Come say hi and post in the comments. Say hello and introduce yourself. Yeah, like cabbage can be used for both, especially Napa cabbage, more so for soup noodles. And for stir fry, a regular green cabbage is fine. Or here's a hack because I actually have some in my fridge right now. Here's a hack for you. So if you happen to get like what I did, a bag of coleslaw, these pre-made coleslaw mixes. I got this for like $1 at TNT the other day because I was like, oh, I need some vegetables to like bulk up my salad. This is really good to add into your stir fries, and that's really great for like a mock yaki udon or yeah. Oh, are you? Oh my god, yes, yes, it's amazing. Yeah, that like those coleslaw mixes are so good because one, they're already shredded and they're already cut up, so you just kind of throw them in, and if you cook them, they're gonna wilt down, and it's super, super good. Along those lines, if you want to keep going with a mock yakisoba or a mock yaki udon, sliced or julienne carrots is also really, really good. Super yummy. I love that. Or if you have the like, I know one of my popular videos is the Pado Jajangmyeon, the black bean noodle, cabbage for sure, but chopped into chunks. That, along with onions, is a good one too to add. Hello, people. There's more people joining. Hello, welcome to Sia Slurps. My first live. And then I was screaming, and then that person left. That's okay. I'm not offended. I'm used to this. Yeah, that would be really good too. If you're gonna go again, I keep flip flopping back with any kind of soup noodles. You kind of want to emulate like a Taiwanese hot pot or any kind of hot pot, really. Any greens that goes into hot pot, like watercress. Jay, if you're at TNT, tung choi is also good, aka chrysanthemum greens. That stuff melts super tenderly in the soup. It's like almost like a similar texture to a spinach. Speaking of spinach, water spinach, I can't remember the Chinese name. Water spinach is also good too. Just kind of melts in there, melts into the noodles, melts into the soup. It's like super freaking tasty and super freaking yummy. Yes. And again, if you're going with the hot pot route, enoki mushrooms, one of my favorite things in a hot pot. I love the packets, and usually there's like two for $3 on sale at TNT, H Mart, Honda Market, stuff like that. Enoki mushrooms are the really, really skinny ones. You just chop off the end. Don't eat that dirty part. Chop off the end, separate the mushrooms, and it just melts in with the hot pot. It's like super tasty, super good, great with noodles, and great to slurp up. Highly recommend. Obviously, if we're talking more Vietnamese style, your regular herbs like fresh basil, fresh cilantro. You also have your banana flower, banana blossom that also goes into more of like a bun bouet. Those ones might be a little bit harder to find, but you might be able to find it. Dried. Are you referring to the mushroom elements I was speaking to? Because if you are, enoki mushrooms are fresh. Yes. Enoki mushrooms are fresh. But since we're talking about dried, if you're looking to make or looking to kind of add a bit more umami to, say, I don't want to say sadder, but more basic instant noodle. Dried shiitake mushrooms are actually a great thing to have in your kitchen. Yes, and I actually have some on hand because I cook a lot. So I love having different ingredients in my pantry. Just where did I put them? Oh, here they are. You have to check out my decanted pantry. But these are I'm trying to open it so you can see. Hello, people. We have some dried shiitake mushrooms here. You can get this at TNT. You can get this at any Asian store, and they last a really long time. I like to keep them in these jars, but if you add like one or two in with like say like a plain Mr. Noodles, it can really uplift and again add in that umami flavor within your noodle soup. Specifically, you will always need to rehydrate these. So it's very, very easy. Take a couple handfuls. You don't need a lot. This flavor can be really strong with dried shiitakes. Just make it maybe a couple if you're doing it for yourself. Pour hot boiling water over top of it and then cover it and let that sit for like 15 minutes or so until the mushrooms rehydrate. And then a lot of people, including myself, will sometimes cut off the stem if they remain too tender. Hello, peoples. Sia Slurps here in the house. I'm showing you my cabinet, and Jay's asking what kind of vegetables go great in instant noodles, and I'm showing him different ideas and different stuff. Jonathan Mendelson, oh hi, hello. I have yet to read all of your stories. It is on my list for this weekend. I just need like a minute where I can sit down. And we got Simp Musical. Hello, people saying hi. Hello. Yeah, we're talking about veggies in terms of like what goes best in your instant noodles. But yeah, these are great questions here. Hello, it's so nice to see some people. This is like a lot more people than I thought. I'm just like, if one person shows up, I will be really happy. I was really wishy-washy about like, oh, when am I gonna go live? When am I gonna go live? I want to go live in the end of January, and January just like stuff hit the fan. It was just really, really busy during that time. So I'm sorry, but I'm here. So, yeah. Jay, what else are you shopping for? Because if not, we can take the noodle tour in my cupboard if y'all are ready for that. If not, we're just gonna hang out and chat. I can give you a tour of my noodle domain and my currently messy kitchen. Oh yeah, hells yeah. Yes, absolutely. Why not? Go support a fellow noodle person, aka me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And today was a great day that I decided to get a pimple right here. right here. I wore a mask for 3 days in a row because I had to work at my random hotel job, and I got a pimple. My skin has been flawless during this entire time, and then anyways, got a pimple today. So, but where's everyone from? Because I put the location on when I originally was going to do the iPhone, and then the iPhone ruined it because YouTube doesn't like iPhone products. Thank you so much. Let me give you the tour of my messy kitchen. Ta-da! And yes, there is a giant stepladder in there because I am standing at 5'2" and I'm really short. Florida, Pacific Northwest. Me too. I am hailing from Vancouver, Canada, on the Pacific Northwest, where I call home, and I've been here forever. Tour, please. Health gap. Jonathan, where in Canada? Oh, you're so elusive. This is the kitchen. It is messy, and I had full intentions to clean, but I'm cooking after this and I was like, well, you know what? It's just me messy anyways. 5'2". You understand the fun size problems, right? East Coast of Canada. There we go. So right now I have my chopping board. I have my air fryer, which is basically a convection oven. I have some whole wheat pizza dough that's not really rising properly on the counter because I'm making homemade pizza with my homemade marinara sauce, which is nice and spicy. I have overflowing quinoa and a really dirty pan I made dinner last night. Toronto, yes! I was supposed to go to Toronto, but I am not. I was passing through in November. That was the last time I was there. But are things better there? I hope they're better. Let me give you the tour of this area. Is anyone interested in my foyer? And which is basically was the coat hanger, and now it is the reusable bag and mask container. Also, this is my workspace. This is where the magic happens, is this area, which is my workspace because I don't work a 9-to-5 job anymore, and I just work from my kitchen counter. Or sometimes the dining table over here. Ta-da! And I also really like wine a lot. I hope so. Things are really weird in Vancouver, but generally pretty lucky to consider in other parts of the world. So yes, definitely. And I love coffee, especially bougie coffee shops. But yeah, we got 1 bathroom out of 3, closet that is really full with jackets, my beautiful little bar. Sorry, it's dark in here. My entertainment system and my textured wall and my dying plants. They died when we had a cold snap here in Vancouver. Thank you so much. And here when I'm watching TV and being lazy, which is usually at 9 o'clock at night. And the view. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the view. It's raining outside of Vancouver, but what's new, right? Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. 12-hour shift days. Well, today I did a shift. I work at a hotel, sometimes really, really part-timey, just because I can get hotel discounts. And I was up at 5:30 because I had the 6:30 shift today. So I know all about the shift work, but I mainly, no one knows me. If you don't know me from Instagram or my podcast or Twitter or what else do I do? Or pole dancing, because I'm also a professional pole dancer. I am a marketing consultant by day. So I have a couple clients, actually one big client right now, which I'm just going to be focusing on. And thank you so much for the view. I do marketing and communications for a sexual health company that helps kids, basically teaching kids about giving kids a real sexual education. Because if you had my experience, it was basically separating the girls from the boys and watching a video and calling it a day for about half an hour. So that's what it was. And then I also, what else do I do? I have a lot of things that I won't mention on YouTube because I might get kicked off. But I do some things. If you want to check the links, they'll probably link you back to where some people might find me. But I also teach dance. I'm a competitive and professional pole dancer as well. I do a podcast that's all about sex work, and which I'm a huge active advocate and activist on as well. I just got an invitation today for a conference, which I'm really excited for. If anyone's going to be in Florida in April, I am going to be coming to you. So that's that. I also write articles as well. I get paid for them now, which is really, really awesome. I also monetize off of YouTube as well, which is really cool, which was a goal of mine when I started this channel like 2 years ago. So that was really awesome and like really cool to be like, YouTube paid me to eat noodles. Like, that's so cool. Like, for me, I think it's cool. And then, of course, I have my content creation stuff and gigs, which you can find on my Twitter, which is not safe for work. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me. And besides that, I love food. I love noodles, obviously, which is why I dedicated. Oh, Florida! Fuck yeah! Sorry. Whoop, not supposed to swear on YouTube. Sorry. Florida, nice. I have also had the opportunity. I've never been to Florida yet, but I will. Would love to. Yes, Jay, you should I should please like let's talk. Let's talk. I think that's amazing. We have some great organizations here in the Pacific Northwest for sure. For sure. I will not name them here, but there are a few that I can that come to mind really quickly. Simp, you're in Florida. I have yet to visit. I would love to go there one day. I have virtually visited, as in I have virtually guest lectured at Florida State University 4 times, but I have yet to visit in person. I would love to one day visit and like do my guest lectures in person. Oh, yay! Woo, 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 woo. Thanks. I appreciate that. I need to really update my Cia Slurps Instagram account. I am so bad at like updating my feed. I'm pretty good at updating my stories. Just because I feel like that's like the minimum work that I can do. But it's fun. I love it in terms of like showing little tidbits about my life. I've always been kind of really out and open and just like really outspoken about like everything that I do. And I just do a lot of things. I'm a big nerd. So yes, nice and warm over there. It's cold and rainy. You saw the view outside. It's cold and rainy. It was hella cold this week. And more reason to like never leave my house. Oh, you're so welcome, Jonathan. Thanks for popping in. And I will be reading your stories later. Just give me some time. I need downtime because I need to focus. But thank you. It's on my list of things to do this weekend. And I'll catch you later. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate that. But yes, warm and sunny. I am dying for warm and sunny. I'm actually trying to do a couple of videos before I take off to a warm and sunny destination later in the month. My girlfriend is getting married in French Polynesia, so I'm ready for hitting the beach, but not quite ready body wise, in my opinion. But that should be happening at the end of the month, which I'm really excited for. I'm so excited for Bora Bora. Cannot wait. Like super stoked. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I know a long time ago, and I can't remember exactly which username asked for this, but they had a question in terms of like, how did I get into food? And they're like, can you do a video of how you got into food? But I was like, well, I don't think anyone's really interested in my life. Like, people are interested here and they're here from the instant noodles. I will do videos on that. And in terms of like me being a nerd about food and doing Fresh Noodle Fridays, which I know isn't that popular, but I personally love doing it. I'm doing that for me. Fresh Noodle Fridays is for me. I got into food. Jesus, I've always been into food. I've always been a food nerd. I love eating. I love noodles. And yes, I am Filipino. I'm Filipino and something else. Can anyone guess? And now there's only 2 people left in the room, but can either one of you guess what else I am? Because I am Filipino and I'm also something else. I am 3/4 Filipino and a quarter blank. Boop. No one's guessing. I will just keep talking and dancing weird and punching the air. Never mind. I mentioned earlier today, but I am part Chinese as well. So I'm 3/4 Filipino and a quarter Chinese. I was born and raised here. Oh, wow, that's close. That's close. Close, but no cigar. Still Southeast Asia though. But no, Filipino. Although I guess, yeah. Yeah, yes, right? But there's people that are not into food and I just like simply cannot get along with them. We have nothing in common. There's people that eat to live, and there's people that live to eat. And I'm in that latter category in terms of like, I live to eat. So I love it. Yes, yes. The more common one, right? But yes, I'm Filipino Chinese, born and raised here in Vancouver. Don't speak either language. I am sorry. I know some kind of like a couple words, but not enough to get me by. Hello, third person that's in the room that's not saying hello in the chat. Come say hi. I don't bite. I swear to God. But yeah, like that's just me in a nutshell. And I started cooking at the right age of 10. I went on a hard cookie making diet. And my mom will never let me live that down because I used to always eat cookies for breakfast, lunch, dinner. And at one point, it was just cookie dough. Cookie dough. I'd make the cookie dough, never make the cookies, and just eat it. My mom's like, "You're gonna get salmonella." Do I like Korean barbecue? Hells yes! I love Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is so good. Oh my gosh. I love KBBQ. It is just like so good. So good. And have any of you ever tried samgyeopsal? Samgyeopsal is a Korean barbecued pork belly that they grill in front of you or you grill by yourself. Then you put some of that you add some of this sauce. It's like a chili bean paste too. And then you add it on top of either a lettuce wrap or a sesame, what's it called? Paria leaf, which is like a sesame leaf. And then you wrap it up into a little bundle. Sometimes you can add a little rice in it, a little kimchi, put it in your mouth. It's so good. But I also do the same thing with Korean barbecue too. If you ever go to those ones where you could get a piece of like your barbecued meat or your Kalbi ribs. I love Kalbi. It's so good. Oh my God. I could just sit there with a plate of like Korean Kalbi and like be good. Don't need rice. Don't need anything. Yes, that's what I was looking for. I'm like, gochujang. That's what it is. Literally, we did a fridge tour and I was breaking down gochujang and all my different like Asian sauces and different hot sauces that I use with different noodles. And yes, it is gochujang. Thank you so much. My memory is being jogged. It's been a long day, but the sun's coming out in the corner. You can't see it from here, but the sun's coming out. But can I show you a couple noodles that I'm really excited for? Because I just came back from the States and, well, not just came back, but I did a 15-day road trip down to LA from Vancouver and back up. And I hadn't been to America in a long time because of obviously the COVID. So you best believe that it freaking went crazy at like 99 Ranch Market and pretty much and what else? Where else did I go? There was like another one, a Japanese one, Mitsuwa. Mitsuwa, I also went to H Mart there too because I was like, want to see things different. And I went crazy on noodles. Like the table that I showed you. Oh, yeah, that table, which seats 6 people very comfortably, can seat more, was full of noodles, which I've already attacked. So there's some underneath my sink because I ran out of space up top. So yeah, let's start down there with the garbage bags because there's not enough space. Also, are we ever interested? Oh, Celestina Julie Charles, hello. Welcome to CS Slurps. This is my first ever live on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you popping in here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Is anyone ever interested in like a noodle snack haul? Because like I saw these. Who remembers eating these as a kid? Like, do you remember any of this? They're not as good anymore. I'm really sad. I bet they're still fun. But I'm thinking of doing a noodle snack one, just for giggles and stuff. But anyways, I'm excited about this one. I went to a lot of Japanese markets in Japantown. DC Days, hey, what up? Welcome to CS Slurps. And I'm going to be I'm not doing any live cooking today for noodles, but maybe I will. That's something I want to definitely incorporate in the future. And this is one of them I want to try. Okinawan soba, which I'm super, super, super excited. Oh, biggest Asian market to go to Lotte Plaza Market. Oh, nice. So it must be Korean owned because Lotte. I went to Korea a long time ago, back in 2013, and loved it. It's in Orlando. Okay, cool. Thank you for the tips. I am going to make my way out there. My friend Samba was actually moving out to Orlando because he's going there for work. And I'm just like, I'm going to have to visit you at some point. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Okinawan soba cooks in 3 minutes, and it looks like it's for the a katsu bonito flavor, so like a dashi style broth, which does look yummy. I mean, look how beautiful the packaging is. I've never tried it before. And there's a little chili powder that comes included with it too. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love that you love my videos, and I'm going to keep doing more. Tomorrow there's a new video of when I visited Morimoto Ramen in Seattle. So be sure to pop in to the feed tomorrow. There's going to be a brand new video of me rating it and seeing my real and honest review on, what was it? $22 ramen? $22 US. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like, obviously, it's a real ramen, but it was very tasty. But you'll just have to wait and see. There's lots of garbage bags in here. This is so sad. Like, it's so small in here. But these ones, I think I got for Christmas. Yes, I accept noodles at all times of the year. Also, announcement. I've had a lot of people asking where I can buy certain noodles. If all goes well, like, I have already shipped out some noodles to people, but I'm trying to make a store if you want to buy noodles that, you can't get this in Canada. I'm going to be launching that soon. So keep in mind, FYI, it's coming. It's coming. Yes, I shipped out some like the salted egg dry noodles, which are really popular. But look at this one. This one here, I think, was a snail ramen. Ta-da. Shichimi ramen shio aji. Another Japanese one. I'm always curious about instant udon, because udon does not get enough love as ramen or Korean ramen, in my opinion. This one looked really good. This is like a lobster one, I think. Yeah. Lobster. There's so many. There's so many. And then I also got this one with a beautiful packaging, but I'm scared if I take that one out, it's going to fall down. Actually, it's pretty fine. More instant soba, which is even more underrated than udon. Am I right? Or do we have any soba noodle lovers here? Or do we have any other, what other noodles? What other noodles are underrated in the instant noodle game? I think those ones. Like, I don't really see much soba. I don't see too much udon noodles personally. There's a couple more in here as well. This looks cool too. This is a like a beef shank instant noodle. Super excited about this. I can't remember where I bought this one from. There's another one that's in there with really nice packaging, but if I take it out, the garbage bag's gonna fall down. So soba, so nice. I love soba, especially in the summertime. Oh my gosh. I eat Zaru soba so much. They are thicker. They're totally different, of course. Yeah, thicker. But there's also thin style udon noodles as well. But we don't hear much about them, which makes me really sad. And also, I am planning to make fresh homemade udon noodle at some point on my Fresh Noodle Fridays video. I just don't know when, but soon. I hope within the next couple months. Soon is like within the next couple months. I have a lot of planning with this channel. So, yeah, udon, planning to make that, which is going to be fun. Okay, let's look at these ones. I tried one that wasn't wet packet. Oh, that sucks. Was it with like the fresh squishy type noodles that like wasn't dry? Because those like vacuum packed udon noodles suck. Sorry, I've said it here before. On my hot and spicy assi udon noodle, awful. Oh, it was a dried one. That's too bad. That makes me really sad. That's so misleading. No, what made it suck? I'm climbing up here. I'm now on top of the fridge. We're gonna look into my cup noodle cupboard, which is this one here, because it's, again, cup noodles, like I love and hate them. They just take up so much freaking space. Oh yeah, that makes me really sad. But I agree, right? I totally agree. So we're gonna take a look at my cup noodles here. This one I have tried, and I would highly recommend, but you can only get in Japan. It is Nekiryu Oh yeah, the vacuum app. Those ones suck. They're awful. The vacuum packed udon noodles are no good. The only good udon noodles that I like are the frozen Sanuki ones, honestly. So it's really hard to find a good instant one. The Marutai, the one that I recently did, Marutai cup udon noodle with the rehydrated tofu bean curd was awesome though. Highly recommend. So good. You can get that in the States. You can get that at 99 Ranch. Yes. So these ones, yes, super easy to cook. This is a Japanese ramen, Nakiryu by Nissin. Highly, highly recommend. It literally does not even taste instant once it's all done. I've done a review on this. Check back. It was about a month ago. So good. I paid $50 for 4 of them just to ship them here to Canada. This one, oh, speaking of udon, we got this one. We got this udon one, which I don't know. I see English on it, and I'm just like, it might not be as good. It might not be as good. Because sometimes you're like, I can't read anything on this. Might be legit. And then you get like the English ones, and you're like, I knew this was not going to be good. Oh, I'm excited for this one. It's not in English or in Chinese or Japanese or any kind of Asian writing. It's in Russian. Russian instant noodles? Like, what? Get out of my life. Doshirak noodle soup, which is like a savory seafood flavor noodle soup, which is really interesting. I do want to try this soon rather than later. But apparently it's since 1987, made with love, with a person's face on it. So might be good. Might be good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with my fiance. We're gonna do these ghost pepper noodles. I love the spicy. I love the spicy. I tried the habanero ones. They have a spicy challenge going on for these noodles, and I tried the ghost pepper. Like I tried the habanero one. Not too bad. It was pretty easy until the next day when I digested it. Beware of those ones from the Mami brand. So I'm excited and scared and scarred to try these ghost pepper noodles, but super stoked. Also excited for this one because the picture looks really good. Who doesn't love a mama noodle? Mama cup noodle, and it's not in English. So this one here is a instant cup noodle, spicy basil stir-fried flavor. What? Yeah, I know. Like that's like literally, I felt like my face melting when I tried the Samyang 3 times spicy one. Like that was crazy. Hello, people. I see 5 people in the room currently. Come say hi and type it in. Russia is, you go far enough. Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you, Jay, for that correction. Russia is part of Asia. This is so true. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that tastes like because I've never tried any Russian noodles and I'm super stoked and also really open-minded about that. So thank you so much for the correction. Thank you. And we got a couple here too. We got the super big. Look at this. Super big ramen. This is so good. Nina 143, where I am from. They only have Maruchan. No! Ninana, where are you from? You only have Maruchan. There's only some good Maruchan. If it's the basic one, like honestly, it's not my favorite. Nelly spicy chicken. Oh, yes! At least they got Shin ramen. Shin ramen should be like the basis. You should at least have a Shin ramen. If you don't have that, no. Then you come to me and I will ship you some. Where are you from? Because I just was mentioning. Yes, say hi everyone. See ya noodles. I was gonna say, Ninana, I was just saying if you just popped in now, announcement was that I'm gonna start selling noodles and shipping them out to people because I've just gotten so many requests in the comments about like, where can I buy this noodle? Can you ship it out to me? And yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I am not a fan of Maruchan at all. Sorry. Maruchan is like, oh, Curaçao. Yeah, next to Aruba. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful beaches, nice tropical weather. Nice. I am jealous. But let me know if you need any more variety. I would really like to expand that. I'm just gonna try it out to start shipping them out to people because I want to help you explore and get new noodles in your life because life with only Maruchan is not a life that is experienced. Like, it's just not. There's so many good noodles out here. And we haven't even been to my big cupboard yet of like where all the noodles hides and where all the noodles live. The last one here, actually, yeah, it's another udon noodle in there too, and it's stuck, so I can't get it out. You're from Malaysia! Oh, but you should try it. I love Malaysia. I was in Malaysia in 2017, 2018. Okay, another fun fact too. Before, when I used to work in an office and used to work in corporate, I used to actually work in luxury travel a long time ago. So I used to work for a company called Kiwi Collection, and I used to go and rate hotels all around the world, and that's why I traveled everywhere. So that's what I used to do back in my former 9 to 5. I used to work in an office kind of life, and then now I'm like, I don't want to work in an office anymore. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. Yeah, Malaysia. I went to Kuala Lumpur. Amazing food. Oh my God, the food was so good. And food at all hours of the day. I went to Kuala Lumpur, and I also went to what's that island? Langkawi. And I went to Langkawi, which was lovely. It was so nice there and beautiful and just nice. But anyways, can I show you the mother load of the noodles? That is basically in 2 layers, so you won't be able to see all of it, but no. Yes, a lot of Americans growing up, yeah, with Maruchan, totally. I know a lot of my American viewers are like, what can I do with Maruchan? And I'm just like, just throw it away. 8, yes, past tense, 8, because you found new ones that are like way better, right? Am I right? But yeah, so basically it goes from spices, layers and layers of spices and beans that are decanted, that it goes to baking. Because also in my past life, circa when I was 18, I used to have a cake business and cupcake business, which it means I have a very full baking area. So yeah, random facts and tangents from everywhere. But yes, it's a lot of noodles. This is, and I just gave some away to my friend Charlie. Charlie, if you're watching this, the one whose mom that made me the kimchi. If you're watching the video earlier, yes, I gave him a whole bunch of noodles because he's like, you just came from the States. Like, can I have some noodles? Yes, you may. So we got a couple things. A lot of them are newly acquired. This one I will be rating pretty soon. You'll be seeing this one on the MSG Money's video real soon. We got a lot of Taiwanese noodles and stuff too. A lot of the stuff that I got from different stores in the States because I never saw these ones at home. And yes, I go to the Asian market pretty much like every week. It used to be like every day, but not doing that anymore. But yeah, I'm excited to try these ones, these Cole Xi'an style noodles. These ones are more very similar to Liang Pi. I did a Fresh Noodle Friday video on that. It's almost like they call it like not jelly noodles. What did they call it? They had a name for it. No, I forgot what it was called. Yeah, that we got these cool bean vermicelli noodles here. These ones are also cool. Spicy shrimp rice noodles. I admit that sometimes I was so kill ramen in a shop and end up too busy and end up with ramen that ends up expiring. Girl, same. Honestly, who hasn't eaten an expired noodle? I have had some expired noodles for sure. Oh my God. Oh, you're in the UK. Wow, that's a big, big jump. Oh my gosh. And that must be really limited. Because I was going to say, if you live in Malaysia, there's so many different noodles there. And speaking of Malaysia, hang on, I got to take these noodles down. I cannot rotate these. Noodles are falling. Hang on. Speaking of Malaysia, I'm excited. Oh my God. I can't get anything out. There's so many noodles in here. I'm excited to try these bad boys. Curry mee Penang white curry. Yes, I'm like super, super, super excited about these bad boys. Indomie, Ibu mee Penang instant noodles, white curry, seafood flavor. How delicious does that sound? We got more stuff in here. There's an egg noodle in there. There are. Oh yeah, this one. Hang on, not this one. No, noodles are falling again. These ones, oh gosh, it's like Tetris in here. It's literally Tetris. But I don't know if you can see. Can you see the coca noodles? The pepper crab flavor ones. I am very excited to try those ones. Yes, I'm super excited. And this one sounds interesting too. Almost like it says made in Taiwan, but it's a shallot jajang flavor, which looks really good. Another dry style noodle, which I'm really looking for. I love Indomie. Indomie is like OG style. Like, I love it. It's so yummy. It's a classic. You can never go wrong with that. I'm personally really looking forward to this. Yutsu Shio Ramen. If you don't know what yuzu is, it's a Japanese citrus, and I love it in pretty much everything. I even bought like yuzu juice. It's so good. Ready in 2.5 minutes. It's also animal free, so these ones are vegan. Because I know a lot of people ask, is there meat products in some of the noodles? I'm gonna maybe try to start including that in there. I think people will want to know that kind of stuff, and especially when I start selling the noodles, like I'll obviously post the ingredients and all that stuff too. So yeah. This one looks really good too. Another one here, Marutai. Marutai is another big Japanese ramen with like nice paitan. Paitan is like a really rich, creamy broth made from chicken bones, pork bones, mostly chicken, and with other aromatics and cooked for like minimum of 12 hours pretty much. So yeah. Oh, this one looks good too. Another soy sauce flavor. But look, the sauce and the soup looks really thick. At least in the picture it does. I'll let you know for real if it is or not. Yes, Indomie is so good. It's such a classic. Remember, I was like really, really addicted to the Indomie noodles. I used to always have them because they're so cheap. They're so cheap. It's like a packet of 5 for like $1.99 or less. Where I used to shop, and I loved it. And it's still one of my favorite go-to noodles. It's still a 5 out of 5 any day. So it's so good. It's so yummy. But yeah, as you can see, we still have the classics here that I love, which is samyang. I love any kind of Korean noodle. Rare quattro cheese one in here that I reviewed a long time ago. You can't find anywhere except for in Korea. Also paid a lot of money for that one too. But yeah, like there's so many different kinds of noodles. I also love making noodles from scratch, like the actual noodles from scratch, which is a lot of fun. A little bit time consuming and laborious, but I think it's really, really worth it. This is me holding my step ladder, which I'll be putting away now. But yeah, like that's my noodle haul. At least most of it that is accessible that, I can take out without noodles falling on top of me, which is both my nightmare and my dream come true. So yeah, that's like my little noodle tour. I'm really, really excited to try all of them. There's still more in there as well. But I'm gonna make my way to get through all of them. I know a lot of people have had requests. I have a rule right now. I need to finish everything in my pantry first, at least one, review them all before I buy a new one. But my friend Derek just said he has noodles for me, and I'm like, yes, but also like, no, I have so many noodles to go through, which is really great. And also great for you, for everyone here. Hello, random people that just popped in. Say hello in the chat box. I got a lot of noodles. I have a problem. But just full disclosure, I try not to eat more than one per week. Like literally, I make the noodles as I go as much as I can, unless I'm going on a trip or going to be away. Just because, yes, there's a lot of sodium in instant noodles. I know that. And it's really funny when people are like, that's a lot of sodium. That's almost your whole day's of sodium. I'm like, I have a noodle. I have a noodle channel, like a channel dedicated to noodles. Do you think I'm not aware of the sodium levels and the calories and stuff? Literally, I'm a pretty healthy person, to be honest. Not when it comes to noodles, but everyone has their vice. Thank you so much. There's gonna be a lot. You gotta stay tuned. And also, I'm not sure if anyone's enjoying the Sia Slurps, Slurpin' Saturday segments where I go to different restaurants and try a different noodle dish. That's something I love doing. I love trying all the beautiful and yummy restaurants that we have, from hole-in-the-wall places to like high-end places. I just want to be able to introduce people to the world of noodles, and because there's so much. Oh, of course, right? I'm just like Do you really need to explain that to me? Do you? Also, are you a nutritionist? But like, look, like generally speaking, I'm pretty good. I got like, I mean, I have a bottle of wine in here, and this whole area is alcohol and beer. But I'm also usually pretty healthy. I make all my food. I eat out maybe once or twice a week on the weekends right now. One because what am I doing? I'm trying to get back in shape and also try to get um recover from all the money I spent in the States. But I have like oat milk. I try to be plant based whenever possible. I have a huge thing of salad here that's waiting to be eaten with the pizza I'm making tonight. Spicy gin! Yes. Someone else has also requested that I do a spicy gin and also the sesame gin ramen. I have not done a lot of I haven't done any of the otogi gin ramen review yet. So that will definitely be first. Again, if anyone has specific requests, post it on the community board. Um, Even if it's nothing related to what I'm even posting, just post it on there so I can add it onto my spreadsheet. Because yes, I have a spreadsheet of all the things that people are requesting, and I like to give people shout outs when I can to be like, hey, stop, like Sadesh, like he asked me to rate this noodle, or I'll be like, hey, Celestina, what up? All the way from the UK, who has wanted me to review these noodles. So I'd be happy to do that for you anytime. Just be sure to just write it down somewhere, comment somewhere on the community board, or even comment on like any of the noodle videos. I see it. I read all of the comments. I have a really, really, really tiny channel, but I'm just glad people are nerdy about noodles as much as I am and love noodles as much as I am. So like that means a lot and means like I am doing something right. So I'm super stoked about that. But yeah. What else am I going to say here? I can literally talk forever, but y'all are gonna have to tell me to shut up at some point. I'm probably gonna wrap this up in a few minutes because I gotta start making this pizza. I gotta finish the salad. I have a bunch of quinoa on the stove that I gotta mix in the salad and be healthy. Because tomorrow because the weekend I'm going to be eating out. I'm taking my girlfriend out. It's her birthday. We're going for afternoon tea, Lunar New Year style, because I haven't even celebrated Lunar New Year yet. I'm super behind. And then I'm going to be bouncing around, eating all the food. I'm probably eating some noodles tomorrow because I haven't had the noodles in a long time. I made Greek food this week. I made Portuguese food earlier in the week as well. I made fish last night with like a Mediterranean twist. And my body is just craving for noodles. Okay, I lied. I did have a little bit of cream carbo samyang today, just a little bit. And also, I want to show this ramen hack too, which is super simple. If you ever get to try samyang cream carbo, so the extra creamy one, and mix it with, doesn't have to be homemade, but I made marinara sauce for my pizza sauce, right? But if you get like say a jarred tomato sauce, mix a little bit of that with the cream carbo. Oh, it's so chef's kiss delicious. And if you really want to go fancy, add a little bit of chopped Italian flat leaf parsley and a little drizzle of truffle oil. Jay, I'm shouting that out to you because you've been here since like 4:05 with me and keeping me company as you shop at TNT with, I mean, hopefully some of the ingredients that I have maybe helped you with or maybe made you more confused and overwhelmed you even further. So yeah, with a little bit of truffle oil would be good too. But yeah, cream carbo with some jarred marinara sauce is amazing. It's super good. And add a little fresh cheese on top just for good measure. But yeah, I just want to double check. Are people still interested in the Slurpin' Saturdays videos where I go to restaurants? Because I kind of did that when I went away in California because I wasn't going to be home to make all the Fresh Noodle Fridays. Make notes, yes. And also, are people still interested in Ramen Hack Wednesdays? I do that every couple weeks. I kind of try to alternate between the three. I mean, I'll always have 2 videos a week. Oh, you got the black bean sauce. Yes. So good. And enoki mushrooms. Yes. Black bean sauce is good. It's really salty, so just be careful with that. You only need a little bit of black bean sauce. And hang on, did you get jajang sauce, like the Korean jajang sauce? That's really thick and black. Actually, I have some in here. Of course I do. Oh wait, no, maybe not. I'm out. I confused it with squid ink. I confused. Oh no, I do have it. Of course I do. Hang on. Did you get this one, Jay? Like, not this particular brand, but did you get this one? Oh, yay! Thank you so much. Yes, because I want to definitely continue the Sea of Slurps Slurp and Saturday segment because it's just so fun. I am working on getting another mic, like a lav mic, so the noise, because I know with some of these restaurants it's so freaking loud, but I didn't have that yet, so I am sorry. Those noodles, those videos are really loud. But I am going to work on sound quality. I'll have to buy like a tiny mic that's like what news reporters use, called a lavalier mic. This is the one you get. The black bean sauce, jajang. Sorry, Chinjang is actually the name of this sauce. It's for jajang noodles, which is specifically Korean. This stuff, this is the one you got. This is, it's best to stir fry this in a little bit of vegetable oil first, separately in a different pan. So, oh, shoot, what was it? Was it the chili bean sauce? Broad bean, it's either chili bean sauce, broad bean sauce, or dobanjang. All the same thing. But this one's awesome. Yes, that one's really, really good. You can make that for a hot pot base, as I mentioned, mix it in with maybe a stir fry. But again, that one's also salty too with the fermented beans. So you just need a little bit, maybe a teaspoon, depending on what you're making. But it's like total like flavor bomb. It's like yum. Oh, I forgot to mention. Chili crisp. Laogan Ma chili crisp. I forgot to say that. Yes, super good. Just try a little bit by itself just to make sure, like, okay, this is the salt level. Okay, I only need a little bit. I don't need a lot. Chili crisp. I forgot to mention. I just don't have any right now. But Laogan Ma is the original OG chili crisp. Do we have any other chili crisp ads in the house? It's the ultimate condiment. It's like amazing. You got the crunch factor with these fried soybeans in there, chili flakes. It's super yum. I'm trying to make my own homemade version because like I used to go through that jar like crazy, eating on rice and everything. But yeah, hot pot, yes. I would love to show you my crazy hot pot mix. It literally is a dual hot pot, yes, which is normal. Dual hot pot electric, but within the dual hot pot here, you got the divider, 2 different hot pots, cool, that's pretty regular. But on the outside, there's a whole ring where you could barbecue. So yeah, so you could have hot pot and KBBQ or any kind of barbecue or whatever you want, melted cheese or whatever, grilled buttered corn on the grill at the same time. And it's just like so good. And the best invention you can get on Amazon too, called Food Party. It's so good. It's totally hot pot weather. Simp, it's probably not hot pot weather where you are because you're in Florida where it's like beautiful and sunny and warm. Yes, it has the grill on the outside, which is awesome. It's really tucked into my cupboards, and I don't want to. There's like stuff on top of it. I'm like, I don't want to take it out because it's gonna be heavy, but it's awesome. It's called the Google Food Party. I just put it in the chat. Food Party, and you do like hot pot and grill combo. It's on Amazon, and it's like so good because like hot pot is life, especially in this cold, dreary weather and stuff. But yeah, highly recommend. But yeah, if anyone has questions about anything I said today, type in the comments. I think there's a replay button. I'm not exactly sure. I've never done a live on YouTube before, so I'm not sure if I could go in and edit things. But if not, again, type in the community box. Maybe tell me how much you loved or you hated this session. Maybe you never want me to do lives again. Tell me. I love any kind of feedback, whether it's good or bad. I am here to learn from it all. This is my first time doing this kind of thing on YouTube, but it's not a surprise for me. I've done this on many other platforms and stuff too. Oh my God. Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh, that's cold for you guys. 29 degrees Fahrenheit. That's chilly. For Florida? Wow. I'm surprised. But you know what? We're kind of having similar, not great, gray, rainy, snow rain weather here in the Pacific Northwest, which is not so fun. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up in about a minute or so. But it was so nice to hang out with everyone today. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really wanted to aim to realistically do at least one live a month. Maybe, I mean, I love going on live. I would love to go more. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love talking. Just tell me whenever you want me to shut up. But I would love for maybe next time we could do a noodle cooking one where I'm going to make something on live because I used to actually teach cooking workshops in my old office job too. And Jay heard this earlier today in the session, but I said I used to go on live on my Instagram, and I still do that as well, called See It in the Kitchen, which I do cooking like once a week and stuff, where I make different things, not just noodles. I don't always eat noodles, but I love noodles. And I'd love to do something like that in the future. Or if I ever go shopping, be like, this is my noodle haul, or like these are different noodles that I like to cook with, like rice noodles, bean thread noodles, wheat noodles, blah blah blah. I just kind of want to like play around with it, and I just love checking in with all you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for attending. I'm surprised I'm even on for this long, and people even hung around to like say hi and just hang out. You guys really make me feel loved, and you're making me feel really special today. And I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna start making my homemade pizza. Come follow me on Instagram. It's Cia Steph. I'm more active on that account. It's my personal account. Or Cia Slurps, which is another one. That's my account that I need to update. And I'm on Twitter with my podcast account. If you like podcasts, I have a podcast. Google it. Stripped by Cia. That's me. It's nothing related to noodles. It's all about advocacy in sex work and decriminalization. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and come watch my video tomorrow as I go down to Seattle to try out some yummy noms. But have a good night, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.